Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another tarot report. I'm very grateful you guys enjoy this format. I got inspired by the other amazing. I don't consider them just tarot readers. Magical beings. People sharing their gifts. It's not like I've never done this before, but I'm gonna return to form with this. And the moon is going to be full in Capricorn. Oh, yes. As you watch this, or if you watch this after the fact, we are securing a 180-degree opposition of, are you ready? 29 degrees Cancer and 29 degrees Capricorn. All right. This is now harvesting the utilization and control of your emotions and psychic power at the maximum level, whereas we started it at 0 degrees. So next to Pluto, expect more intense projection. This unbreakable facet of your psyche will cause intimidation by WLBs. Yes, stupid little bitches who will inquire passive aggressive means with which to have you feel less than yourself. Because, insecure beings need others to feel better than. And with you actively evolving, the whole totality of collective narratives and social themes that are ending with the world as we know it, some people did not build their arc. And so while you were building that last year, remember, Saturn entered Pisces March of 2023. It retrograded, and then we started this arc ride officially March of 2024. In that span last year, when we were evolving into this, some people chose to stick with the old world, and that's their decision. They did not build the arc. You built the arc. They're drowning now. A card just fell out right now. They're drowning. Ow. Drowning. Yep. There's a mist. There's a fog. There's a delusion with Neptune and Saturn and Pisces. When this mist dissipates, you're going to be in a state of war. And those of you who built your arc, you put the armor on of God. You're not going to be caught in this battleground lacking. You have been practicing. You've stayed prepared. Versus people who are like set on a illusion of peace relative to narratives brought to them, who did not see through this, will be caught unawares. Now, this also represents you coming out of escapism, using creative visualization. The 8 of Cups comes after this, and the 9 comes after the 8. So this represents walking past illusions that come from what you think you may desire, walking away from these emotional attachments and getting what you truly want. All right. So with that being said, some people did not build their arc, and they are not going to understand where you're headed to. And this is a huge theme moving forward outside of the tarot reading. Like, not everyone is here to be social. Not everyone is here to just be individual. Not everyone is here to be universal. Some people have a good balance of all this. So, some of you watching me are going to have at all levels this expression of yourself, which will, involve integration relative to what's relevant right now in your societies. Some of you are being completely isolated by yourself subconsciously. You're being, what's the word? I don't even want to say drawn out. Especially if you feel more in between worlds. The New World Order begins like February of next year. Saturn and Neptune inch into Aries. So like, you are holding space for concepts that many people have never seen in a lifetime. All right. Certain people gain their whole understanding of character from what their parents or family and tradition instilled on them. And then their family's tradition instilled on them. And there's a limited range of everything possible they feel may exist. Filter that with their biases, prejudices, There's so many different faith systems. There's so many different theoretical models people model through. And what you represent is something that is beyond worldly wisdom, the ability for one's brain to understand. And you're accepting more than ever that it is okay for you to not be put in other people's boxes, in a box, period. The frustration of people who you don't allow to manipulate you and label you is really just an expression of how they are as a weak little bitch, because the capacity of intelligence and smartness is the ability to entertain ideas outside of your own understanding that you may not be comfortable with. This is what enables you to learn something new that you don't know. This is how I was able to step into what I do. But with that being said, a lot of what you are accomplishing, this is a huge theme, especially in coming to use these new powers, right? Let's say you've updated them every year. This year's update is very powerful. You're getting ready to establish success beyond what is conventionally acceptable or understood. So you're coming into completely transforming your understanding of vocabulary from I'm going to accomplish this, I'm going to accomplish this, to realizing what you have always accomplished, but was impossible to be recognized in a system or society that doesn't even have the capability to perceive it. All right. Especially for those of you with South Node Aquarius, or regardless of that, from the ancient future, from different star systems coming to bring your unique essence here. You didn't come here to argue with people and, fit into their limited understanding. You came to transform that. You came to come through and expand with, whatever new crops of souls are here. So these are coming into so much literally greater understanding and realization. And that's going to make those who have, many people have pretended to play the part. Many people have pretended to, be what you are. And given that you do not fit the characteristics of what it's supposed to look like to them, that's what now, through you indirectly, reveals that many of these forces who have not built the ark, they've been living a lie. And so you're feeling them take it out on you. And at the same time, you're feeling the extent of the work you've done within and outside you to see how much at a collective level it doesn't even affect you. Some of you may have been uncomfortable with how much more powerful you've been because you're used to wearing these old clothes. And we putting the robe on now. It's Leo season. We're taking it out. And yep, we do have the 8 of Wands. So this was an 8-minute introduction. Thank you for your patience. I like to just jump in and get to the cards, but I wanted to really express that first, because now that we're getting ready to integrate deeper and go into the socials, do expect things to get a lot more intense, and do expect more of this awakening of humanity to unveil the depth of corruption that is going to have to be dealt with individually by everyone. And thank God we have this 8 of Wands, because when it comes to this unlocking, a whole host of this applied mindset and psychic activation is going to have things move forward very quickly. It's going to have things unlock very quickly. You want to allow people to play their hand, and you're going to see that it really tantamounts to somebody putting conviction behind a nothing burger. I'm screaming at you louder, so that means that I know what I'm saying. And I'm doing it with the choir behind me. These are just witchcraft psychological methods to get you to doubt your own sense of self-esteem. Because people who rely on that have to manipulate low self-esteem in others because they have low self-esteem in themselves. Nobody who actually knows what they're saying has to actually raise their voice in order to point that across. I'm trying to point out how instinctually that's only what stupid, weak little bitches do. All right. And we do have the 10 of Pentacles. So what you are stepping into is a lot of fucking wealth. And it's not coming out of nowhere. We've started the first quarter April. So it's nice to see relative to the seeds you've sown. When I'm saying a lot of wealth, a lot of this could be initial investments. This is long-term wealth, inheritance, insurance that you're establishing. So the Eight of Wands is speaking of this kind of unfolding very quickly, and not in a way where it's like, be careful, watch out. It's something that as we get ready to harvest, I think you're going to be very, very excited about. This is also facilitating long-term investments, connections, relationships, family, legacy, and heritage. So let's see what more we got. We do have the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords could very well be secret or spies and agents keeping an eye on you. Yup. See, that's why. Okay. All right. Okay. Listen, that's why I wanted to just clarify first. The Page of Swords is usually like, coming into information newly. It could be, knowledge without wisdom, right? But this could also represent someone representing an organization. And with the Hermit card here, they could operate independently. But let me tell you why this is a spy. You're being watched, okay? This could represent an archetype of people watching you. The reason why I feel like this is so meant to keep tabs on you is because you're not backing down. You're standing your ground. And with the Seven of Wands, this is victory assured to you. This is Mars and Leo, right? Listen here, sticks. I set y'all up and I'll knock all y'all back down. This is people are on your dick syndrome. All right. And as people are on your dick, you are not allowed. Yes, ladies watching, they are on your big fat penis. And as people are on your dick, this is having you realize that you standing up and maintaining your advantage. Seven of Wands is the defending champion. All right. There are certain convictions. There are certain things that may have you catch heat because you're not conforming. You're not doing things the way other people want to. This is what I was talking about the first 8 minutes. And there's a psychological game at play. Nobody can force you to take your power away, but they can shame and guilt you into having you feel less of yourself. And then you step down and give away your advantage. So this is a telltale sign that by maintaining what you're fighting for, and I'm not going to specify that, what you're fighting for. It doesn't have to just be one. Picture any situation where you feel outnumbered by many different people who are coming for your spot, whether that's your assuredness of who you are or certain things that you maintain that other people disagree with. You have the advantage in this space. That's why people are coming at you with their wands. And the only thing you have to do is not concede and not back down, which is why you have tabs being kept on you. All right. I'm going to just keep it a buck skis. And this could also reflect you have beings, watching out to protect you. But let's just be clear. The noob of mind bullets, for some of you, these are people that are projecting their thoughts. And you're unshakable. You are not built like a bitch. You are the fucking star. You feel me? The reason why this is very important too is because there's a very unconventional route and path with which you're taking this, where it's like you didn't have to do it the way other people do it. A lot of people have been trying to say, oh, you have to do it like this, you have to do it like this, you have to do it like this. You're like, no, bitch, I'm going to do it the way I did it. All right. And this is going to cause a bit of envy in a way that might not necessarily be comfortable or make sense to you. Not a lot of you will not care, but it's like certain people feel like they're supposed to be in that position. Certain people feel like, oh, I have better equipment. I know better people. That's supposed to be me. I can do this better. But then why didn't it happen to them? Right? Why is it you in this position? Some of you aren't even necessarily aware that you're getting recognized by beings who really have a lot of pull over what happens. Okay. You're so busy defending and standing your ground. This is you standing on business. So this is your star power. This is your influence. And you have to understand that whether it looks like it to you or not, it is being watched. It is people. It's like while you're busy defending this, you may not necessarily be sure the legacy that's also being made here. And the reason why that's very important is that with this, we do see this sense of bliss and fortune coming in. Okay. All right. So this is you defending your bliss. This is you defending what makes you happy. This is you coming into this by defending this, standing your ground, standing on business. And this is why you're low key being pushed to, it's almost like crabs in a barrel, and it's kind of also like sore loser. You're being pushed to give away your advantage because I get the sense people know that's what you're stepping into. And it's like I feel this very strongly. Imagine if somebody took lengths to embarrass you over and over. Like, oh, you believe in this, that's why you'll never be successful. And now they have to project this on you because their whole faith system and belief hinges on you not being successful so that it could justify what they believe. Whereas you're not an idiot. So you would never really like project that on anyone or believe that. So just by you stepping into this success, they have everything. You may not realize they're looking up you. They're looking up to see, oh, see, that's why they're not doing well. Because they believe this, whether they're conscious of it or not. So you coming into this shatters them completely. Completely. It definitively kind of debunks everything. And I'm not just talking about one faith system or belief. There's like 6 ones here. There's a lot of, there's like there, you can look at different, perspectives here, and you're here reigning on top. Hold on. We need to talk about this. This is insane. This is this full moon Capricorn harvest cycle. Claim it right now. All right. Because this is literally like your dreams coming true, this peak emotional state, and fortune changing everything. So, especially those of you practicing the law of assumption, who understand that you can pretty much decide what it is you're experiencing and living now as you perceive the past every moment to moment, like a frame or two off. Okay. This is you getting ready to, at an even deeper level, come more into, I don't even want to say success, what you've been cultivating for years. All right. And I don't want to frame this around people getting big mad because they're going to see you win. The star 10 of cups is surrounding yourself with people who are celebrating you and you celebrating them. But like, this is new era. Like this is totally leveling up everything. And I think it's going to come at a surprise to you because you're so busy having to fight just to be authentically you in the face of those who are so threatened of that. They have to twist it around that you're some kind of bad person or, you know what I mean? Like you're a threat more than you may even be. So to see that you're going to defecate on all of these, intentions just by you coming into what you've worked hard for is just amazeballs. We do have the 5 of cups, which is just completely coming into a deeper realization that you could have never been stopped. And I will confirm this. This is the Empress. This is how I knew it was them, because this is you sitting in your beauty. So this is really dark. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of weird that there are people who are like, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, that makes sense. There are people who kind of are sad to see you happy. Like, what I'm getting here with this is like, someone is sad that like you got with somebody. We got the 6 of cups. We got the 2 of cups. You know what I'm saying? This is deep soulmate energy. So I want you to take the whole idea of someone being sad that you got in a happy relationship and you're loved up, as if like an ex that thought they could, whatever. And now they see you've moved on. You know what I mean? Now, I want you to take the energy and apply that to anything. It doesn't have to be in the context of a romantic energy, but take that concept and see what that might apply to, because you're so busy stepping into this abundance. I don't think it's something you're going to notice. But I think it's important for you, if it's coming up in this reading, I think it's going to make sense of maybe whatever white noise or any kind of unconscious uncomfort you might have felt, because that's kind of really deep here. I'm picking up, it kind of represents overcoming what might have been put out there. It's so crazy. Like, you're going to actually indirectly give people so much closure just by experiencing what you're going to experience. Mind you, a lot of these cards are like very festive, so I don't think you're even aware that this is happening. But yeah, my bad. I was not expecting to see that. The reason why I'm kind of shook is I think in your case, like, you're not going to even, it kind of like put it off. Like, what? Like, there was this much concerted effort for me. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to find out all these people were holding you back. No one's holding you back. But that seems to be a huge theme of this. I'm picking up right now, like, someone at work who, everyone else who that person works with thinks they're stuck up. They think they're better than everyone. And, oh, that person. And meanwhile, you at work, like, you don't even have anything against these coworkers. Like, they just made up those theories in their head, and they've been antagonizing you. They've been trying to get the boss to go against you. And now you got a promotion at the job, and they're salty, and they got let go. So they're salty, all because of how they were treating you. This is the kind of energy I'm picking up. And you working the job, you may not necessarily think it's a big deal, because it's like, okay, I've never paid them any mind anyway. But it's almost as if you're coming into this promotion because of how they treated you and how you performed, and didn't let that necessarily get in the way of whatever. But yeah, that whatever that is. All right, so we do have the Ace of Swords, the Moon card, and the World. And the underlying theme here being the Hangman is that you are completely surrendering to a new way of applying your psychic abilities. The Moon card here is going to be seeing through deception. And with the Ace of Swords, this is the clarity to now differentiate what are illusions being shown to you and what are your own subconscious revealing. These are the keys to now come into this fulfillment and completion. And the surrender that this requires is literally giving up the need to understand how certain aspects of your abilities work. Okay, setting that back up. But you're surrendering into what you want, and a lot of this surrender is you're going to completely change the perspective of facets of your subconscious. Like, if we got the Sun card, we would say this is more life force and Nen and spirit force and willpower, but we got the Moon. So you're coming into the keys and the truth about your own psychic abilities. This is going to be dreams. This is going to be psychic abilities. And the surrendering that's coming through is you're surrendering to a facet of yourself that exists beyond your consciousness. So it's like you're coming into, it's like if you were a master of calculus, but you've never done algebra before, you kind of have to surrender. You haven't learned algebra yet, so you're being revealed the facets. I guess that's a good way to put it. Like, you're coming into a PhD master's degree understanding of your psychic abilities, whereas before you just got your bachelor's. So you're having to let go of everything you learned in your undergraduate career of your own magical potential so that you can come into this application of a new understanding. And the reason why this is very key is that the Ace of Swords brings victory in making clear of prenatal, unconscious, very subtle facets of your own inner world that were clear as day, like evident. But now the Ace of Swords is having you be like, oh, that's what this is. Oh, that's what this is. Oh, that's what this is. It is literally an epiphany of your own unique psychic signature. I'm going to maintain psychic abilities. Psychic abilities. And this is what's going to unlock your sense of personal fulfillment. The switching of perspective here is realizing, honestly, you don't have to lift a fucking finger. You don't have to lift a finger to get what it is you want, because you are aligning yourself within by applying this mindset to shift your moods. And that's the whole facet of surrender. You're not letting go of what it is you want in that sense. You're letting go of the need to control it because you've already handled it. And I want to say this once again. There's a way you're coming into an understanding of your own psychic abilities that 90% of what you are doing, you're not going to have to do it because you are already doing it. And you're like, oh, that's what it means when I feel this. That's what I'm doing when I see the synchronicity. I've already handled it. This is going to transform the way you kind of experience these moments and make it more of a power. So that World card is huge, especially seeing the 9 of Cups. It's like, oh, I already got what I want. But the Ace of Swords is giving you an active realization and epiphany. Where are you bringing this Ace of Swords? Your inner world, the moon. So you're coming into a new understanding of your psychic ability. That's literally the harvest of this full moon. So we do have, of course, introspection. Can't make this up. Pineal gland. Okay, this is like a pineal gland awakening. It's really tying together and harvesting the integration of your inner world. And we do have beginnings, neurelation. Okay, this is like the Fool card. So through introspection, let's get one more. Chariot, choices. Okay, adrenals. So through introspection, you're going to unlock a brand new, open-minded perspective, kind of like the Ace of Swords, and you're going to move forward the direction you want to choose. 7 means that choices are going to open up for you, especially if you feel stuck. You're going to understand, oh, wow, I have this option. I could do this. I could do that. And that's all key to the introspection that you are harvesting right now, because your pineal gland is completely leveling the F up. And I think that's just super amazing, amongst other things. So we're going to close this out with 2 cards. Shout out to Rochelle. Okay. A certain celestial, she gifted me a deck a few months ago, or maybe last year. The Man of God. For a Man of God. Alright, so let's see what we got. Please comment below what you think about this reading, if it resonates. I'm going to get an Oracle card deck soon that's going to spice some stuff up. And, yeah, I think those are some pretty good, powerful themes. I really like the Ace of Swords, Moon, the World card. It's going to feel like something within you is blooming. And you come into a new understanding of it. It's going to be like, wow, this was here the whole time. Everything. You just need to click your heels twice. Okay. You ready? My God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:19. Infinite supply. The birds don't have to worry about what to eat. I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Jeremiah 29:11. Let's go. Introspection with this whole like new path. Some of you may take orthodox dogmatic traditions and kind of present it in a way that hasn't been presented before, which is what's going to cause people once again to be like, you're not supposed to do it that way. No, that's wrong. And you're just maintaining the advantage and maintaining your blessings too, which is going to have certain. Anyway, we do have of course, God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. Hebrews 13:5. And let's see what the opposite side says. We are more than conquerors through him who loved us. Romans 8:37. Anyway, you guys stay blessed as always. Until next time.